to get a better handle on this problem, you talk about this in your written testimony, but I want you to say it orally. Should Congress mandate that publicly traded companies disclose their exposure to the PRC?
Okay, let me say that I am generally not in favor of issue-specific mandatory disclosure for public companies. I think we often use the securities laws to accomplish other objectives. In this area, I believe that large public companies that have significant exposure to China, for the reasons you just articulated, I would say a greater understanding of the geopolitical risks, the company risks that we've come to learn from COVID. This is an area where I would at least consider a pilot program for very large companies disclosing the China-specific risks and what type of scenario planning they have done in the event of an abrupt decoupling. And look, this is not about liability. It's not about gotcha. It's just about in the boardroom, if you have a substantial exposure to China, how have you thought about the type of risks that you're talking about if they come to fruition, and provide that information to investors? I think those questions are already being asked. Yeah. But I think that this is an area where you can show leadership. And I would say, you know, look, again, I'm not a big fan of excess liability. I think we have too much of it. But you can show leadership in the type of disclosure, the type of dialogue that companies should be having. I'll just make one last point there. During COVID, this is exactly what we did. We asked public companies to come forward and say, given all the challenges of a lockdown, given all the challenges that give us your best estimate, give us your planning as to what you're going to do in response. U.S. public companies did a fabulous job. They told the public, here are our challenges, here are human capital challenges, here are our supply chain challenges, here's what we're going to do about it, and it instilled great confidence in the marketplace.
So what exactly, in your paradigm, would they disclose in a pilot program? Would it be revenue generated in China? Would it be, you mentioned the contingency plans they have?
Yeah, my view is if they have a certain level of exposure to China, that they should say, here are our contingency plans in the event that we were to have an abrupt decoupling. This is what we've thought about. And these are the risks. I think investors know they exist, but that dialogue is a good dialogue to have.
Yeah.